Do it scared. You're never going to be ready. If you're waiting for the time to be ready, it'll never come. So do it scared. Make the jump. Do it.
Welcome back to Torch Talk, the show where we spotlight bold local leaders growing businesses with grit and purpose. Today, we are joined by Joe Warkall, a dynamic force in operations sales and most recently startups. While he's known for his leadership at Laver Homes, Joe is also stepping into the world of entrepreneurship, building something new from the ground up, which is super exciting. This episode is about more than getting a business off the ground. It's about mindset, resilience, and staying committed to your vision when no one else can see it. So at the beginning, we want to know a little bit about Joe, though. So give us some personal background. What makes Joe Warkall tick?
Oh, man, that's a loaded question. What makes Joe Warkall tick? Man, I'm just surrounded by awesome people, I think is the biggest thing about me, that I love to do life in community. So just being surrounded by friends and family, my coworkers, awesome people, really makes life so much more fun and energizing. I love to exercise. That's the big thing that keeps me sane, especially these days when time is limited.
You just did a marathon, didn't you?
I did a half.
Oh, you
marathon.
did a half. Okay.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It went well. We finished it. I forget what my time was. I don't run because I love to, but because I've got people in my life that enjoy it. But I did actually just this weekend sign up for my first marathon.
A full? Which one?
A full. I'm going to do Columbus in October.
With Megan?
With Megan.
Yay.
Yep. Is exciting. So, yeah, those are the things that make me tick. I think the people in my life and, just exercise. Those are, the two things really outside of work that I have a lot of time for. So,
Tell us a little bit about your journey and how you have ended up where you're at now. So walk us through kind of your career, how you found your calling, and what have been the steps that have brought you to where you're at?
Sure. The steps that have brought me to where I'm at now, again, so many people that have been huge influences in my life to get me to where I'm at now. But I went to school, graduated from Garaway, went to the University of Cincinnati, went to pursue. I didn't
know you went to UC.
I did. I went to UC. Actually dropped out as a junior. My dad's an attorney and thought that was kind of the route that I wanted to go. Studied political science and absolutely hated it. University was not for me. I'm much more of a doer than a kind of a thinker and some of those avenues. So I dropped out, had a friend that was doing really well in insurance claims, was an insurance adjuster, an independent, and traveled the country chasing hurricanes, storms, and negotiating insurance settlements for insurance companies. So I did that for about a year and a half, 2 years, was living out of a suitcase, chasing storms. It was fun for a little while, but ended up settling in with a restoration company locally in Dover, New Philly, and handled a lot of their large loss insurance claims. So just writing big insurance settlements, estimates for construction damages. Did that for a while, and then had seen so many big catastrophic losses where people were really underinsured or improperly insured, and thought that I could really make a difference on the insurance side. Mm-hmm. So jumped and went to the insurance agency side and did that for about 3 years. Didn't realize how much I hated that until I got out of it.
But you were so good at it. It's actually how I met you. You did a great job.
Thank you.
You took care of your clients really well, but you just didn't like it.
I just didn't like it. It was not for me. The sales aspect, just the, you're selling a product that most people don't want to buy, right? And you can kind of be the hero, hopefully, assuming you did your job correctly, when something goes wrong, but you're never the person that anybody wants to see. Mm-hmm. Nobody gets excited to pay for their insurance. Did that for about 3 years, and said, okay, I need to get back into the claims business. That's really where I felt like I I could really make the most difference and where my skill set was best used. So, yeah, started a restoration company in August of last year and have been kind of hammered down doing that on top of my sales position at Laver Homes, where we're selling custom new builds. So, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the startup of your restoration company. You can tell us the name, what's the goal behind it, and kind of like that startup part is really exciting, but it's also really hard. So kind of talk us through what that has been like with you.
Yeah, so we started R3, restoration, renovation, and remodeling. It's hard. It's scary starting something new, jumping off the deep end and kind of doing your own thing, right? Not sure where the work's going to come from. Figuring out, a lot of different things from marketing to accounting to actually like doing the work. There's a lot of hats that you have to wear that you don't even realize until you're really in it. So yeah, certainly challenging, but again, having the right people around me specifically has been huge. People to lean on, not being afraid to ask the questions, and just not being afraid to screw up, like saying, hey, like there's no perfect way to do this except for like just doing it.
I say do it. Let's do it messy all the time.
Yes.
It has to be, or else you'll never start.
Yes.
And then we are constantly talking with our team about how much we're evolving like processes and operations and all of those things. But when you're young and if you grow quickly, it's just a part of it. You have to be okay with never being done. Like
Yes.
It's a constant work in progress. So, is there anything specifically since starting R3 that has been the most rewarding for you?
The most rewarding, man, again, I've got a full-time position selling new homes, right? And those are a specific type of client, right? And not a stereotype whatsoever, but there's a certain type of people that can afford to build their dream house. And that's awesome. I love working with those kind of people. But R3 and being able to help people who might not be in that same demographic, right? Who, man, they've got a catastrophe that just hit their house. I was just with somebody on Saturday that they had, rain coming in sideways was coming in through their AC unit in the window, and they had a tree fall on top of their house in the middle of this storm, and they're devastated. They're freaked out. Not necessarily a family that would be able to afford to build a new house, but hey, I get to come in. They've never dealt with the insurance company before, and really take their hand, walk them through it, and then provide a finished product that blows their socks off. So there's been a couple different instances exactly like that have just been awesome. You can really help somebody in a time of need. I go back to the insurance conversation. You're selling something that nobody wants to buy. But in this case, like, man, I'm selling the experience of really, helping this person out. And it's something that they really need. So,
well, and it's a high stress environment in a situation where there's lots of companies that will come in and take advantage of them. And so with your mission or your kind of positioning of coming in to help them,
yes,
and make sure that they're not getting taken advantage of by both their insurance company and by another restoration company.
Yeah.
I know your heart as a person, so I know you would always take care of whoever is in front of you, and you're going to do what's right for them, regardless of whether it's the best thing for you. Like, you're going to help them no matter what.
Appreciate that.
Even if it's not the best financial decision for you.
Right. And I have. I've taken it on the chin a couple times. But that, life's about people, about doing the right thing. And, so I appreciate that. That's kind of you.
Have there been any learning curves so far? Look, so I know you started R3 and then you kind of pivoted and you have stepped into the sales manager role with Laver Homes at the same time.
Yeah.
But in thinking about everything that you've been through the last 9 months, have there been any big learning curves for you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that the day that you stop learning is the day that you start dying. So that's something, regardless of where I'm at in my journey, that I want to be intentional about is continued learning. But learning curves, certainly, there was a lot that I thought I knew going into this, things like, just the insurance process and, some of that stuff that obviously I've got a pretty good grip on. But in starting a new business, I mean, some of the conversations, putting together contracts and accounting was the big one that I'm still fighting to this day. Like I don't love the accounting part of it.
Are you doing it yourself
but it's
still?
a grind. I am doing a lot of it myself. I do have some help.
I did our own bookkeeping for the whole first year of
Did you?
So I totally understand. Like sometimes you just don't, you are at the beginning everything. So you're going to do the bookkeeping, you're going to do your own marketing, you're going to build your own website and manage it, and you're just going to do all of the things. But actually bookkeeping was the first thing that we outsourced because I was like, I can't. And honestly, I mean, it was only a couple hours a week for somebody else to do it, but it was a huge weight off of my chest at the time. So
right.
But I've been where you're at, so I understand.
Yeah, and I'm sure that that's going to come soon. But still something that I want to, before I hand it off, and there's, I think, a huge value in understanding the process, right? Mm-hmm. Knowing what it's like so that, not only are you more confident in paying somebody else to do it because you realize that, man, like this is hard. And obviously it's expensive to hire somebody to do it. So seeing the value there, but then also understanding the process is important. I want to make sure that I know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it helps you see your business numbers easier too. When somebody else is in, you know better what to look for because you've done it before. So you can go look at your profit and loss, all of the reports and statements, and you'll have a better handle on when something feels not right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. I say all the time though, I can do bookkeeping, but I don't want to do bookkeeping. So
yeah.
It is not my favorite thing to do. But unfortunately, financials are something business owners should pay attention to.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a lot going on. You're managing business. You're in a sales role. You like to exercise. So what systems or routines do you have in your life personally? And how does that spill over into your business life?
Yeah. What systems do I have in my personal life? Well, I'll be honest, I fly by the seat of my pants a lot of the time.
Do you?
I know super surprised. I do. But like we were talking, I think before we sat down with Garrett, is that, man, calendars, a huge thing for me. I'm pretty adamant that, my calendar is filled out kind of to the T. And if it's not in my calendar, I'm not there. Mm-hmm. So making sure that those things are in place and organized is big. But again, huge shout out to my girlfriend, Megan. She keeps me focused and makes sure I'm pointed in the right direction a lot of the times.
You don't put out unorganized flying by the seat of the pants vibes. Normally I pick that up a little bit more.
Really?
But no.
You think I'm more organized?
Well, I would think too, with prioritizing health, that you'd have habits.
I mean, I certainly do. I've got habits. I've got a morning routine that I'm pretty strict about. Having some time in the morning.
Talk us through your morning routine. What does that look like?
Well, I just waking up with plenty of time to get moving, so I can have coffee and eat breakfast. I usually stop into to Missions Cafe in the morning, so shout out to them. They're in Dover. Check them out. But get a sandwich and a coffee. Slow moving. Usually in the mornings, and then I sit down first thing when I get into the office and try to plan my day as best I can. So that's really pen on paper. I've got a to-do list that the things from yesterday that didn't get done roll into today, mm-hmm. and then they get prioritized and knocked out from there. So
okay,
that's kind of what that looks like.
So faking it until you make it. I learned a lesson about Joe today. Do you have any key mentors or coaches who have helped bring you to where you're at now?
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, probably too many to list. And I'm so grateful for them. But I meet with a life coach every other week. Mm-hmm. And that is both, in my personal life, a lot of the things that I'm going through, or not even going through, but just challenges in my personal life that spill into business. Mm-hmm. I'm more aware than ever, how my performance personally impacts my life in business, right? If something's going awry at home, or my family, or different challenges that pop up, it like really impacts my mentality going into work every day. So
yeah, you said before we sat down something like balance is a myth, but also, I mean, there really is no separation. So there's work life, there's home life. There's not really a separation. I know for myself, like my work comes home with me all the time. Right. My kids know what's going on. They know who works here. They ask questions, which is good because I want them to understand, you know, what is going on. But for sure, I've seen over and over again, like when something is in myself, but also it's interesting to observe this in other people. Like when you can see the impact of what they're dealing with personally and how that affects work performance and the other way. I mean, if it's super stressful at work, that can really, if you're carrying that home every day, that can be a really hard situation to handle too.
Yeah.
I know.
So much.
My kids have definitely, because it's a roller coaster in business, right? So you have your ups, your downs. You feel like you never know which way you're going sometimes.
Yes.
My kids have definitely felt that in the business kind of history, our 4 years of a journey. So again, I think it's a good thing to see. It's real life. Like they get to have real expectations about what that is like.
How do you manage that?
I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah.
I mean, what I do try to do is have pretty clear upfront communication.
That's huge. So
like, hey, this is what I have going on this week, or this is a problem that I'm struggling with, or and that's like, you know, okay, so it's one conversation with my husband. Like it can go deeper, but with the kids, like if I had a really hard day, I'll come home and be like, hey, like, give me 15 minutes or give me a half an hour. And then like, let's do dinner and you can talk. They all want to bombard me as soon as I walk in the door. And I'm like, hey, I mean, it's not always like that, but often I just need that like second to disconnect, get into a different mindset and be able to handle. I have my oldest just graduated, and then I have a 16-year-old, and they have very complex social lives that they want to constantly be updating me on. Like, I'm going here, I'm going there. I never remember what they telling me. And so every day I'm like, now what are you doing today again? Like so I think that back and forth communication is really important. And like, we think our kids can't handle a lot, but they actually understand. And I think that helps humanize you a little bit too. So if they can see, like, you know, not putting too much on them, but if they can also see what you're going through and see you walk that out, like through your faith, like my faith is really important to me. And you include them in that process of praying and going through all of that stuff together, that has been impactful for our family as well. Like, not only bringing us together to like work through something, but bringing us together and relying on God to work through something. That's really, it's been good.
Amen. Yeah. And I can't believe I didn't say that earlier.
How dare you? You're the worst Christian ever.
I know, right? I'm terrible. No, yeah. But in addition to like those exercise, the people around me, faith is huge. And that is such a game changer just in communication and having those conversations, not only with family, but with the Lord, sharing those challenges is where, peace is found in the midst of the chaos a lot of times.
So where do you see yourself in the next 6 to 12 months?
Where do I see myself in the next 6 to 12 months? Like, what kind of goals do you have? Yeah.
Like with from starting the business to now, where do you kind of see things going over the next year or so?
Yeah, so we've got some exciting projects going on at Laver and R3. We're finishing up an office building in Bolivar. And so that's going to really allow us to become a lot more dynamic.
For your own office?
For our own office,
okay.
Which we actually haven't had. We share a building with a realtor right now in New Philadelphia, which is great. It's been awesome. But we really just don't have our own space. So having our own space, we're going to bring a design center into kind of our offering so that we can have clients come in, view and choose samples, which is huge right now. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants in those things, working off of carpet boards and things that were, oh, hey, where's that at? Where's this at? Well, having kind of a one-stop shop is going to be huge for our process. So that's, I would say in the next 6 months, that's kind of the big thing is to try to get that up and running, which will be challenging because we're building a bunch of new houses and there's a lot of other things that need to be happening there too. So, but that'll make the process a lot easier. On the R3 side, though, and that'll support the R3 side as well. But just continued steady growth. I don't want to grow too quickly that, we have all kinds of issues there. I'm really happy with kind of the consistent growth that we've had to this point.
So you have a good plan with Laver and slowing, like your strategic choice with R3 is to grow slow and steady, not to like put gas to the pedal and really grow, because you want to build something sustainable. Yeah, I understand. I did the other way. I don't think I would recommend it all the time. I mean, it's gotten us where we're at. We're too far gone now, but I don't know if I know anything slower than fast. If you're not your first or last. Do you know what that's from?
I do. Yep. Not first or last.
So it's not like going through that, though. I can say there's wisdom in wanting to do things like slow and steady, 100%.
Yes. And like you said, I think sustainable is the key word there. So even on the R3, like I'm not focused on doing a lot of marketing there. Like, hey, like growing by word of mouth, like really organically, instead of trying to like really push and build something that's going to, fall over in the next 3 to 5 years. So wanted to, really start on a strong foundation and then kind of grow from there. Once we've got the resources and people to do it.
So what advice do you have to someone who is thinking about a startup? They might not have a clear plan. What are the key things that you would recommend that they do? Like kind of run them through like a checklist. Like I would for sure recommend doing this, or.
Yeah. Checklists. Again, I'm not super organized. So I guess to the person who's thinking about starting a startup or doing their own thing, I would say like do it scared. You're never going to be ready. And if you're always waiting or if you're waiting for the time to be ready, it'll never come. So do it scared. Make the jump. Do it. As far as checklists, I mean, obviously like there's the normal, like kind of, you need an LLC, like filing your LLC, getting your insurance paperwork, like kind of all the admin tasks, like getting those things checked off, but then just getting in and doing it. Like not knowing where to start is like the first couple months is like, man, like I don't know what to do today. Like, so just hopping in and like, oh, well, I don't really need this yet, but like I've got the time to do it now. And so those first 3 months were slow, but I got a lot of those things done that now, like, I don't have a ton of time to be putting those things together. So, yeah, as far as checklists, like marketing, get a website, LLCs, get those filed, getting QuickBooks accounts, like talking to an accountant, figuring out your cost structures and things like that. Are huge, but
I guess it is though more what you said. Do it scared. That was actually the better advice. The checklist anybody can find online.
Yeah, the checklist anybody can find online. Of course, it depends on the business that you start.
Yeah.
But do it scared. Take the risk or lose the chance. Right.
You don't want to regret anything at the end of the day and look back and be like, ugh, I wish I had done this.
Wish I would have done that. Yeah, but no, I really feel like the Lord prepared me through the experiences that I've had for this opportunity. And it really has been great. So
that is really good. Okay, so we like to give everybody a chance at the end to give a community shout out, totally optional, but if there's anybody like a local resource, mentor, partner, nonprofit, something that you'd like to give a little local spotlight to, this would be your chance to do so.
Yeah, I would say we were talking about it earlier, but Branches Worldwide, I know you work closely with them, and I've been grateful to have the opportunity to be an ambassador for them as well. Just got back from South Africa with Matt Shanley in March, and so that was just an awesome opportunity to get overseas and meet some of the leaders that are just doing awesome things, not only in business but in the faith world as well, making an impact that's so much bigger than themselves. So they've, just been awesome. Super grateful for the opportunity to work alongside those guys. Just an awesome group of leaders and mentors. So
I love being a part of Branches. It keeps our worldview global and not too narrow, because if without that, it would just be too easy to be stuck in our own worlds, but
Right.
oh man, the way that they impact their communities is so inspirational, and it's one of my favorite
Isn't
things.
it? Yeah. And just the opportunity to meet so many awesome people.
Yeah.
From totally different walks of life. That 10,000 foot view, like seeing the cultural differences, and super cool. So yeah, shout out Branches Worldwide.
Okay, so tell people where they can find you, connect with you on the restoration side or the home building side. Give us all of the information.
Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Laver Homes. R3 is tied into to their stuff as well, so we don't have separate marketing channels. They both share marketing channels, Laver Homes and R3. Laverhomes.com. But I would tell you, I think Facebook is probably the coolest way to catch up. We've got a newsletter you can sign up for to keep up with design trends, different things like that.
So thank you for tuning in to Torch Talk today. If Joe's story sparks something for you, share it with a fellow builder. Until next time, stay inspired, stay fierce, and keep that fire burning.
Awesome.